In Britain today, 1 in every 6 working men and women have jobs in offices. More than 4 million of them, clerks, typists, secretaries, telephone and office machine operators, not to mention a few thousand managing directors. And a third of them work in London, in the concrete jungle that's getting a prestige look, bringing strange shapes, a brand new skyline, and, for the office workers, a way of life the pen pushers of old could never have dreamed of. For some, conditions have hardly changed since Dickens' day, but thousands more have been going up in the world. Into the new high offices of the 1960s, offices like Shell Centre here. 5,000 people work in this building. If they all arrived at once, it would mean chaos, so staff arrivals are staggered. Some start at 20 to 9, and others at 5 past. They even have their own exit from Waterloo Station across the road. Wendy Hare, a 20-year-old typist from Canterbury, is one of them. She'll spend her day high over the south bank of the Thames in Britain's biggest office block. With its aids to comfortable living, including this shop run by the blind, it's more like a vertical boom town. It's one of the most advanced offices in Europe, just the place to lose even that Monday morning feeling. For a staff once scattered in 30 different buildings, there are 12 escalators and 40 lifts. And some lifts can climb at 800 feet a minute. "26 floors rising to 350 feet. But for Wendy, it's the 14th, and a start dead on 5 past 9. In the big company world of today, you can measure the corridors in miles. And the office lighting in lumens to give just the right amount without glare at desk level, as here in the typing pool, where mechanization has moved in with the girls. It's called audio typing. You dial a tape recorder to dictate your letters, which are then played back and typed in one of the pools.
Mr. J.S. Burton.
Audio typists like Wendy can take letters from half a dozen executives without ever leaving their own office. And there's one thing, the boss can hardly claim he never said it. Heat and air, as well as light, are needed to make office life tolerable. From special plants like this, room temperatures are regulated to suit conditions at any particular time. Clean, filtered air is fed through to the offices 4 or 5 times an hour, and there are 66 miles of underfloor heating. The whole building is also linked for mail deliveries. It still takes human skill to do the sorting. But there's an automatic dispatch system, with receiving points on all floors linked to the post room. You address the container by dialing a combination, a code of letters and numbers. And away it goes on compressed air to any one of 44 stations serving hundreds of offices. With so much international mail, it's a stamp collector's paradise, so the stamps are collected in parcels for a twice-yearly raffle among the staff for charity. In the computer room, the robots are busy on company accounts, tax returns, sales figures, and the rest of the complex arithmetic of a vast concern. They are also wages clerks working out salaries and wages, deductions and take-home pay, and they don't make mistakes. And here's something for the hello girls. A telephone exchange with a difference. 250 lines, 4,500 extensions, and not a cord in sight. It's one of the most up-to-date in the world, with the girls tapping keys to put you through. For the 19 operators, 15-minute breaks every 2 to 2.5 hours, and a rest room where the only numbers are pretty ones. Today, this office that's with it has bosses, trade union leaders, office workers, and others from all over the world coming to look. It's now one of the sights, and from the top, a starling's eye view of London. Here is a panorama of the changing capital in which the traditional landmarks can still be seen. Westminster Abbey and Big Ben nearby, as well as the new towers of big business, the offices. The architecture of commerce in the 1960s has been criticized, but not much by the office workers. Down there, London is at lunch. And so is the staff here. They've got their own help-yourself restaurants, serving 3-course lunches free on the firm. And what better in the lunch hour than to see what your artistic friends on the staff have been up to in their spare time. Or to take a dip in the office pool. Wendy's a member of the staff swimming club and uses the pool often. It's built to international standards and has a spectators gallery and electronic race timing equipment. And after work, in the evening, another part of this office with a difference comes to life. The recreation area. It's all part of a plan, encouraged by the local authority, to make sure the neighborhood doesn't become just a dead place after office hours. Here you'll find nearly every sport in the book, and it all helps, of course, to keep a healthy, efficient staff. Wendy's planned an evening out, but first, a phone call. She dials HAIR for an appointment at the hairdressing salon on the first floor. Hairdos at the office. What next? And now into evening clothes in one of the special changing rooms set aside for just such an occasion as this, an evening on the town. It's exactly half a day by Big Ben since Wendy went to work, in the office that's still full of life.